The station was massive. Lights glimmered along the docking bays. Ships of every shape and size floated silently, waiting for repair. Most of the crews had long gone. But in the heart of the industrial sector, a small human worked. He was quiet. No one knew his name. No one asked. They only called him the mechanic. He moved between ships like a shadow, tools in hand, fixing things that others had given up on. Rusted holes, broken circuits, engines that refused to start. If a ship could fly again, it was because of him. He did not ask for payment. He did not want recognition. He simply worked. It was how he lived, how he existed. Some said he was just a man who loved machines. Others said he was strange. But the truth was simpler. He had a purpose. The human had been repairing ships for decades. He knew every engine type, every wiring protocol, every shield system in the galaxy. He could fix a ship in hours that others would abandon for weeks. His hands were steady, his mind sharp, his heart silent. No one remembered when the human first appeared at the station. He simply was, and he stayed. One day, a vessel arrived unlike any other. Sleek, polished, symbols of diplomacy etched into its hull. An alien diplomat stepped out. She was tall, her skin a glimmering shade of violet, her eyes deep pools of silver. She had traveled countless light years to reach this station, and she was looking for something or someone. Her escorts ignored the human at first. He was small, plain, wearing a grease-stained uniform. But when she saw him, she stopped. Her silver eyes lingered on his hands, on the tools, on the faint scratches and burns that mapped decades of work. "Who are you?" she asked. He did not answer. He only continued tightening a bolt, adjusting a circuit. "I am looking for the one who saved my people," she said. "The one who repaired the ship that carried our ambassador. The one who repaired the armor." The human froze. He had never been recognized for anything. He had only ever repaired armor, ships, broken lives. He did not even remember all the faces he had saved along the way. "Armor?" he asked finally. She nodded. "Long ago, your hands mended the protective armor of our fleet. The memorial armor, the one that preserves the honor of our fallen. It was never meant to survive, but somehow you made it endure." The human remembered then. Faintly, a long time ago, a warship had been ambushed near a border system. The fleet had been destroyed. Only a handful survived. Among them, their ambassador. She had been badly injured. The armor she wore had been shattered. The fleet had no time, no tools, no knowledge to repair it. But he had, and he had done it silently. Without question, without credit, I fixed it, he said. The alien diplomat's eyes softened. "You did more than fix it. You preserved a symbol. You preserved our honor, our history." He looked down. Words had never been his way. Recognition had never been his desire. But her gaze held something he had never felt. Gratitude, respect, something deeper than praise. "I did what anyone would do," he said quietly. "No," she said. "Not anyone. Only a human." The words hung in the air. Strange, powerful, a simple statement that carried the weight of entire civilizations. She walked closer, touching the edge of the armor's display. "We have kept it here, preserved, in case the world forgot. But you brought it back to life. Not with machines alone, with care, with understanding, with humanity." The human nodded. It was the first time anyone had ever called him that. Humanity, not his race, not his skills, but the way he worked, the way he lived. He did not smile. He did not bow, but he felt something stir inside him, a warmth he had long forgotten. He started, but words failed him. She spoke again. Come with me. I want to show you what your work has done, what your hands have preserved. Curiosity piqued, he followed. The station's corridors twisted and turned. The diplomat led him to a hidden bay, and there it was, a display of armor, not one suit, but dozens. Every piece he had ever repaired over decades, from warships to personal suits, from tiny scouts to massive command vessels, each one shining under the soft lights, each one preserved. He looked round, his heart tightened. He had touched these machines, these metals, these symbols of life and death, and now they were more than machines. They were monuments, tributes, legacies. You see, she said, every repair you made, every quiet act of service saved lives. Not just one life, hundreds, thousands, entire generations. And yet you asked for nothing. He swallowed. The reality struck him. All the years of silent work, of laboring in shadows, of fixing and never speaking. It mattered. It had mattered. They call humans fragile, she continued. But look at what your hands can do. Look at the strength you carry quietly. You are not just a mechanic. You are a guardian, a keeper of honor, a savior in silence. He had never considered himself heroic. He had never dreamed of recognition. But as he looked at the rows of armor, shining, pristine, each one a testament to his lifetime of work, he understood. He had been more than a mechanic. He had been a protector. She stepped closer, holding a small device. We wish to honor you, to give you a place among our ranks, not as a soldier, not as a diplomat, but as the human who preserves life. Your deeds deserve recognition across galaxies. Your work has saved more than ships. It has saved legacies, honor, and hope. He looked at the device. It displayed a star, his name, and a symbol that merged human and alien designs. A medal of honor, of legacy, of gratitude that transcended words. I don't know what to say, he admitted. Then say nothing, she said. Let your work speak. Let it shine. Let it inspire. That is enough. For the first time in decades, the human felt proud. Not proud for himself, not proud for recognition, but proud that his work had mattered, that the quiet hours in the station, alone, fixing broken ships, had not been wasted, that life, fragile as it seemed, could be preserved, could be honored, could be celebrated. He turned back to the display. The armor, the ships, the symbols of lives saved, and he knew he would continue, not for fame, not for medals, but because it was right, because it mattered, because humanity, even in silence, could leave an indelible mark on the galaxy. The diplomat bowed, and with her crew left the station. The human returned to his workbench. Engines hummed. Sparks flew. Bolts tightened. Circuits connected. Ships came to life, and in the quiet of the station, among the metal and the hum, he smiled. Just a little. Not for the medal, not for the recognition, but for knowing that even in silence, a human could change the galaxy. The human mechanic had finally seen the legacy of his work. and the galaxy, at last, had seen him. Asterisk.